Hey guys, these are the 4 keys to success in life, and I'm going to use some examples from my own life. These are things that I've kind of found out by myself when I look at times where my life wasn't so happy and times where my life was happier. Really just comes down to these kind of 4 areas, and kind of having a little bit of a balance here without getting too into one. But basically, all I want to do is I want to have something, and I just want to clarify before I get into this. There are certain activities and things in our lives that will fall into multiple of these categories, but let's just get into it, all right? I want to have something that's challenging in my life. I want to have something that forces me to grow and get outside of my comfort zone. Maybe it's something like cold approaching, ladies. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's learning jujitsu. Maybe it's a challenging video game. But I want to have something where I'm not good at it. It could be playing guitar, trying a new instrument like piano. But what I found is that humans we want to grow. We don't want to stay stagnant. And if we are staying stagnant or complacent over the long term, once we get to like 60, 65, once that complacency actually will then turn into kind of like I don't want to say degrading, but like I'm actually going to start regressing. I'm going to start regressing, okay? So in order to keep our mind sharp, our bodies active, in order to really just keep the body that we are living in at peak performance, we need to have something that's challenging. It doesn't have to be a level 10 hard. It could just be something like 10 push-ups a day or 15 push-ups a day. It just has to be some level of challenge where I feel like I am growing, okay? Number 2 is something that's meaningful. Now, a lot of times people find meaning in challenge, but also relationships as well. And what I found with that is just people always are looking for a sense of purpose. What is the point of life? Questions like that seem to come up quite often, like, man, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my life. And I think they really just stem from a lack of meaning. They're not sure. Maybe they're religious and they're like, yeah, sure, I'm religious. I go to church and read the Bible or whatever, but I still don't feel any sense of purpose or contribution. I think that as humanity, one of the great things about it is that we are all on one giant team, okay? And some of the contributions that I'm going to make aren't necessarily for me and the people that are here right now. Some of the, maybe if YouTube is up 100 years from now, somebody may watch this video, so that counts as contribution. So what am I doing to contribute and feel purpose? One of the things that I've always really this scenario keeps happening in life, and I feel very satisfied when it does. A lot of times people, for whatever reason, ask me about something or present to me a problem that they have, or just share vulnerably things that are happening in their life. And it just seems like when I hear that perspective, when I hear what they're going through, I just naturally can just see what the answer is. And I know you're not really supposed to people when they share vulnerably are sometimes just looking to be listened to, but oftentimes people just gravitate towards me, towards leadership, like, hey, how do I do this or that? And one of the things that I've always really been good at and found meaning in is just being able to direct people and just get them going on the right path, okay? So that's kind of one of the motivations behind this YouTube channel, is just some of the mindsets that I've had to overcome. A lot of people really are looking for mentorship, and one of the things that I've really never had in life is mentorship. With the big problems that I've had to overcome, I've never really had. There are instances where I would have somebody, hey, how do you do this or that? But a lot of the time, I actually was on my own. So I learned how to problem solve and critical think. When I was a kid, I liked to do critical thinking. In school, we would have like a critical thinking puzzle, like for example, one of them would be like, there are 10 people at the table. Jerry is not sitting next to Bob. Sally is not sitting next to a girl. And, you know, Andrea is sitting next to a girl and Tom, or something like that. And you have to like figure out who's sitting at the table or something like that. So I just found those to be really intriguing, which brings us into our next point. Just having a sense of curiosity and wonder, I think, is a key to happiness. Always learning new things, or just having something that interests me. So maybe it's like, man, I want to learn how to. One of the things that I'm really learning how to do right now, I'm gonna make half decaf, half regular light roast cold brew coffee, and then I'm gonna froth my own vanilla cold foam. Actually, I like buying these coffees. They taste really good, but the problem is these are really expensive. So I'm actually going to craft my own. So just the sense of finding something that's intriguing to me, I think, is just a really good thing. Like, what am I interested in? I'm not really looking to make money from this or find meaning in it. It's just, my brain likes that thing. I'm going to explore why my brain likes that. Why does my brain want... I like to create just for fun or enjoyment. I like to create... I'm going to try creating this coffee drink or make my own. And then I'm also... I like to cook new recipes and things like that. I like to just take one of the things that I got in the fridge. And one time I had 3 avocados that were about to kind of go bad. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do with these. All right, I'm going to make avocado steak. So I made a full pound steak and put 3 avocados on the top, just like kind of like mashed it up like guacamole and put it on top. And it was an interesting balance. I'm not going to say it was incredibly awesome. It was definitely not bad, but the cool refreshingness of the avocado balanced with the savory steak in an intriguing way. And I just was like, that was pretty cool that I did that. So I just think you should have something that's intriguing in life, something that your curiosity is like, I want to try that. I want to get out and I want to explore. I want to kind of not just be in a box of whatever this reality is that we're living in. I want to just like see what are some of the things that I could do. And if you really look at it like a video game, let's just say we're in an open world video game right now, and you know, when you're playing the video game, you can actually, you know, you're in the open world, you can do anything. You're like, I'm going to actually do this scenario, or I'm going to do that scenario. Let's just say it's The Sims. I'm going to do this and that in this game. And so that intriguingness just, we just find enjoyment when we do it in the video game. So why don't we just take that same concept and do it in real life? So maybe, I'm intrigued. What would happen if I put hot sauce in my eyes? I'm kidding. Don't do that. I've never tried it, but I'm just saying, for example, let's just do something that we find intriguing. What if I go fishing in this river? I wonder what's in here. What if I snorkel in this river? What if I try and build a tree fort? What are all these things that I could possibly do that I would find intriguing? I'm growing an avocado tree right now, and I just want you all to know, if the tree lives, I'm only 15 years away from it producing avocados. So, I mean, that's really not even that long. So I found it intriguing. After I was done eating the avocado, I was like, you know what? I got an organic avocado. This will be an organic tree. I'm just going to throw it in a thing and just see if it grows. And now it's like over a foot tall, and probably more like 15 or 16 inches tall now. And I'm like, wow, that was pretty cool. And then we need to have something that's relaxing. It's cool to be stimulated. It's cool to have challenge and meaning and purpose and all of these things, but we've got to have a time to relax. I really just think that this is awesome what the Jewish culture does with the Sabbath. They have a day of relaxation, and maybe you could call it worship or whatever they're doing. But there was a study, and I can't quote the study because I don't remember what it was, but Somebody basically said if you like rest or fast or whatever you do 1 day a week, if you add up all of those days in your life, it amounts to like 5 or 10 years or something like that. And they said by resting completely and really just recalibrating and resetting and restoring ourselves and finding peace, by doing that, all of the time that you didn't work by resting, you actually get back by living that much longer. It's like, and you'll have to look up the study, but it was basically like almost exactly the amount of time that you take to rest, you will live that much longer than a person who would choose to not rest on those days, which I find really interesting. So that's really what it is. These are my 4 keys to a successful, happy life. And go out there, find something that's challenging, get out of your comfort zone, and do something new. I think that your brain will reward you, at least mine has. And I'll give you a perfect example. Making a YouTube video for the first time was kind of scary, and honestly, I was a little embarrassed. You can actually go back and watch my first one. It's my very first video. You can sort to like oldest, and it'll just be titled like first YouTube video, journey of a thousand miles begins with a single step, or something like that. And you can watch how ugly I looked and how unprofessional and everything, and just that public embarrassment of, oh my goodness, I suck, but I'm gonna just do something anyways. Like the moment I did that and posted the first video, like immediately after just it uploaded, I was like, oh my God, dude, I feel so free. I feel incredible. I want to do this all the time. And so that was challenging, and I'm still working on being better and better and better at this. But that is a little testimony of me getting out of my comfort zone and being challenging myself and just finding something meaningful. Maybe it is our relationships. Maybe it's a romantic relationship, a parent-child relationship, coworker relationships. Maybe it's just, it generally, when we talk about meaning, it generally has something to do with other people. That's really what it is. I'm helping other people. And intriguing is just for ourselves, like having something, it's just enjoyment. And enjoyment is different than relaxation, because when I'm doing something intriguing, while it may not necessarily be challenging, it could take a lot of mental effort, and I'm really not relaxing. I need to have that calm, relaxed state as well. So that's my 4 keys to a successful life. Why don't you comment what you're doing in these categories, and what areas maybe that you want to grow, things that you find meaningful, something that you find intriguing that you want to pursue, maybe a new hobby or something, and how you relax. When you post these comments, not only does the algorithm like my video more and push it out, but other people, this is a community. It's not just about the Knowledgeable Nick Show. You have a unique perspective that someone may see in the comments section and be like, wow, I really like that better than what Nick said. So have a wonderful day, guys.